Hey, this is Drew Bezanson, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the Tailwhip. All right, the basics of a tailwhip is just pretty much a no-footer, but you kick the frame of the bike, which makes the bike spin 360 degrees around before you jump back on and catch it. When I tail up, I choose to do a little bit of both fundamentals of it. Like I kick a little bit and use my arms, kind of like churn the butter kind of motion. You just kind of do a circular motion with your arms to help pull it around. So I do a little bit of both to make it a little bit easier for me, but there's people that do it with just by kicking, and then people that do it all arms. So it's just personal preference with the tailwhip. With tailwhip, sometimes it'll get stalled out because you have to have like a good balance over your frame. So when you kick the tailwhip, you got to be over your handlebars. So when gravity pulls you back down and you fall back down, you fall down over the bike, not behind it or too much forward. If you're too much forward, the bike will actually stop and stall out. And if you don't have enough time where you can just muscle it around and continue around the tailwhip, you just get stuck. So you have to ditch it or just try to ride out as best as you can. Before, I learned that if you just tighten your chain, it would stop your pedals from moving. So whenever I'd kick a tailwhip, it'd actually do a half crank. So when I was little, I'd always try to catch them switch foot, so I'd never ever get them. And then the day that I learned if you just had a tight chain, your pedals wouldn't move, just one day it just happened. A full tailwhip is when you're going your regular direction, and then with downside, it's a tailwhip, but you're going in your opposite direction. And when you actually do a downside whip, you meet the bike earlier in the rotation because of the obstacle you're doing it on, so it's not actually a 360-degree rotation of the bike, it's actually a lot less. Once you learn the tailwhip, it's pretty easy to start doing it in and out of stuff or like on different obstacles, because when you think about it, it's just a head game because it's just a tailwhip, it's just on a new obstacle, so you're just kind of timid at first, but if you can just get over the fear for that first time, usually it will work for you. It's just that trying it on a new obstacle.